So how about that opportunity to short at the end of the day in the close with the unicursal? I mean, come on. There's got to be people who made a ton of money from that move. But we're likely going to go lower because I say that because we didn't have a trade advisement. Like, I wasn't advised to trade at the beginning of the day, right? Even though we had this big gap down, I was advised to trade at the end of the day. I advise people to close here because really that's the cautious way to go. Take the profits and go and see. A lot of people would have lost a lot of the profits and probably sold thinking that they missed out. It had they stayed in past this early morning low, right? So now we're seeing this, not just yet, but I think when we stop falling, there'll be a big move to the upside based on this Aeon card. On a 1 minute chart, it looks like we're kind of bottoming out, but I don't sense that we're bottoming out here. And when you look at a 5 minute chart, we still got a ways to go. You look at a 10 minute chart, definitely a ways to go before a bottom. This right here is pretty bearish. I think it's called a death cross. I'm not sure what they call it. I'm pretty sure it's called a death cross. It's like the opposite of when the short term on a 1 day chart, anyways. I like the 5 minute chart for picking exits. See, it looks like we might even. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Yeah, I mean, I was telling people yesterday on the live, there was so few people on, but I was telling everybody on the live, end of day was an opportunity to open up short position, close out in the morning, and that will probably go lower than these price levels, but the cautious thing would have been to close out here because of all this, right? But we'll likely see lower price levels because I wasn't advised to close here. I was advised to close at the end of the day, right? See, on the 1 minute, we're stalling out because of the 1 minute, right? 1 minute RSI is bouncing now. It'll probably go lower. I think it's probably going to go lower. We'll see a little bit of white here, but it's kind of stalled out because we've hit this 20 in the 5 minute, and that's when I like to go by the 5 minute. The 10 minute can be a little too late in my sense sometimes. Um, no, I think that there's probably at the end of the day on the 17th, there's likely an opportunity. 17th. Let me see. Yeah, no, I wouldn't close the short position on the 17th. Um, well, matter of fact, depending on where we are here around 10 o'clock, I might consider it, but probably a better bet to wait for this support level that we recently broke down through once before, to wait for us to break down through it again, right? Yeah, so be careful, guys, because there's going to be a pretty big move to the upside out of this drop. See, that double X is foretelling of a low tomorrow. If you get a good profit on the 17th, I'd take the profit and walk. If it's like mediocre or hasn't made the move yet, I would wait until the morning of the 21st. Highs at the end of the day. annotations. The annotations go for those lines. That's weird. Wow, that's so annoying. The annotations are gone. Oh no, there they are. Okay, so you can see the Ace of Swords. Look at this. Look at this. We've got top of a range, bottom of a range, Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. And that's the support that we broke down through. When will the big upside out of the drop take place? On the 21st, there'll be a really big move, and then the 22nd as well. We hit the upper end of a range, and then we kind of mess around with the upper end of a range the rest of the week, but go into a high on the 24th. It might not be a highest high, but it'll be a prominent high. It'll stand out, and it's a significant trade opportunity. Oh, are you talking about today? I was saying at the end, lower before we turn around. And look at the 5 minute. And you could see the Ace of Discs today was the theme, and look what happened. This is Ace of Discs range when we broke down through it. Super important range. Hey B. Let me check out Tesla first, and then I'll do MGM. Well, that's more marches. I think I drew it here when we were here. We've got this. This is what we're looking for. I'd probably want to see myself in a short position in Tesla. Still. I would probably still hop it. I think it's going much lower. MGM. Very different story for MGM. We're at very important price range right here as well. This is a very significant price range. When we break out through this, we'll see a very significant move to the upside. I just did the MGM 1 month for March yesterday, so it's sort of fresh in my mind. I'm going to release that probably on Monday. Well, the public version anyways. MGM. I think MGM's it's looking like it's going to follow a similar pattern to the S&P, where we have a low on the 21st, a low on the 17th, a low on the 21st, a big move to the upside on the 21st. Might even be the same card, I forget, for the S&P. Let me see. Yep, same card. So this is a pretty big day to the upside. Um, Probably have like a local high here, not a highest high or anything, but like a peak or crest here. I wonder if we fill that gap. We always fill gaps. Always get filled. That's like pretty standard, guys. Gaps always get filled. It's just a matter of time. So when you see something like this, they don't always, but almost always. You never say always, or actually never say never. But we're at a really significant price level there. We'll probably fill this gap when we fill that take off April May. Might have a bullish April May. We'll see. It might fill the gap actually. It might fill the gap tomorrow. MGM might fill its gap tomorrow. Yeah. Especially if today was all bullish. Let's see. Was today all bullish? Pretty bullish. And that would bring us to the bottom of the range here. Oof. If we filled the gap tomorrow, I mean, matter of fact, it's not too much of a gap. It looks like a big gap there. Why doesn't it look like a big gap here? It's so weird. It's a little bit of a gap. MGM. So I had a big pop there on the ninth. We'll probably fill the gap. We'll probably fill the gap tomorrow or over the weekend, is my sense. Like 40, 42.50 ish. Karen, those are good questions for like a private reading because I don't have anything on them. Not that I can't do readings without the stuff. Obviously, I can, and I'm actually in a very good vibrational level right now. My kind of like revitalization of my energy practice throughout my day. I've been doing it regularly, and it's really starting to pay off again. When I left New York, I was like on point. I became a high vibrational creature here in the middle of Manhattan through different types of practice. Um, and then when I left and came back, it's been such a long time. I forgot I needed to manage it. So it's looking pretty good now. But in any case, that's the type of stuff that I'd like to save for like a private consult or something like that. I'm trying to stick straight to like the type of things that we have the readings for in live. Yeah, I pulled the unicursal. Definitely looks like it's going lower. Could mean that in the case of this type of thing. That was the 10th. The bottom there. Oh, Ace of Swords again the prior day. Yeah, that's that price level there, Ace of Swords. There we go. See what I'm talking about? And sometimes you can extrapolate information by what isn't happening. Like if you're just hopping on, there's a nullified trade advisement card indicating that in a lot of cases it's just saying I don't advise you to make a trade, right? There's some other things in here that does advise for a trade, but the point is that oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong day. So here in the morning, there's nothing telling me to trade, right? Even though overnight I advised with this unicursal that this point right here was a significant opportunity to get into a short position. Anybody that was watching the live and followed that made a ton of money this morning. Hopefully I'll see some 5% because, guys, channel needs some support right now, like significant support. Last month was really rough not getting payments. And we're not in the clear yet, so really need people to come through financially. We need support. In any case, so this was a good short, and I advised to get out here. But the point of what I'm getting at is that there was no trade advisement to get out in the morning, right? I chose to advise to get out in the morning strictly because that's the prudent thing to do for a trader. But this unicursal was advising at the end of the day to exit, right? And the fact that there wasn't an advisement to trade there indicated to me that we would see a lower price level here at the end of the day, and that's exactly what happens. And that's sometimes how you can extrapolate the lack of something being shown. Hey Raymond. Discs energy, interesting. Knight of Discs. Let me see more there. Alright, so the 16th, Knight of Discs. Knight of Discs on the 17th. Knight of Discs on the 21st. Some more sideways behavior. Well, as far as trades go, man, I gotta figure this double X out here because it might be throwing me off. 17th. No. We have a high there at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure. So that makes sense. So there's an opportunity at the end of the day to open up no. I'd probably wait till Monday morning, or Tuesday morning, excuse me. Swords, Ace of Swords, Science card. So we're going to be hanging out at one of these two prices. See it on the 21st and the 22nd. So depending on how low we drop over the weekend, it would be either this one, or if we're above this one, then it would be this one that we play with on the 21st, 22nd. I would probably get into a bullish position. It's a little tricky here. It's a little tricky here because yeah, position until the 24th. To play it. I wish people were on yesterday because that was a solid trade, guys. I was talking about it for like the whole last hour. I was like, when we see a big move to the upside here at the end of the day, that's an opportunity. It's a definitive opportunity to open up a short position, and that's exactly what happened just before the close. Unicursal type and a trade advisement being at the end of the day indicated a lower price level. Why? Because that was the exit trade for an entry trade, the Unicursal. Now we're on a 5-minute kind of bottoming out though. I'll say this is very bottomy. Time I'm online. It might actually make sense to no, I don't think so. It would be like a quick day trade, a scalp trade right here. And we've got what, 9 minutes? Forget it. But there could be a scalp trade here. A bullish scalp trade. And this would be that big move to the upside that I was warning people to watch out for here at the very end of the day, as indicated by the Aeon card. Now, if I was in a profitable short position right now, I would exit it just to be on the safe side. I wouldn't wait till, because there's some tricky stuff going on there. Matter of fact, there is a bullish trade tomorrow. The same place that you might exit a short position if you did hold it overnight, around like 10:30. Probably there'd be a trade opportunity there to open up a long position and close that long position at the end of the day. There's a lot of conflicting energy going on here on the 17th. So I'd be careful on the 17th. I'd be careful tomorrow. There's a lot of There is a trade advisement here in the high position. We have a high at the beginning of the day, high midday, high end at the end of the day. So we're probably going to be bumping up against the resistance level that we've hit several times before, and we're unable to break through it. Oh, these are the ones that I left open for a reason. Oops. Well, let's see. There might be a prominent high actually on the 17th towards the end of the day, but this is not a good ruin. This is foretelling of a bit of a failure. We see lowest low here around the 21st. Um, what did I just put it with then? I thought that was. Sorry, guys. One more. Yeah, the prudence card around the high here in February is not boding well. And then we have a decline that increases with momentum coming out of February into a prominent low there in March. Let's see. Oh wow, that's so annoying. Go the fuck away. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a breakout, but the prudence card at the high for the February cluster advises me to be cautious. It's not things are not what they appear to be. Third, fourth, 11th. Oops. High on third. No, no. Interesting. That's really garbage for me. See at the cards and what's happened with the chart, I would be in a bearish position in Bitcoin. There we go, lower lows at the close. To get this person back on board. And to do that, guys, really need people to be following that rule of karma. Super, super important. That will allow us to get more content out because right now we're maxed out with our team. We can't put out more content. It's just not. It's not possible right now. So remember all that, guys. And most importantly, make sure whatever you spend that money on, you spend it out